In a land far beyond the clouds, there lived an angel named Seraphina, who had a heart full of kindness and a spirit that sparkled with courage. Seraphina's wings gleamed like polished silver, and her eyes shone like the morning sun. One day, she was sent on a mission to the human world to help those who had lost their way. She had never visited Earth before, and the idea of traveling to a world of mortals filled her with excitement. As she flew down through the heavens, she marveled at the beauty of the world below her. Seraphina landed softly on a grassy hill, where a breathtaking view of mountains and rivers stretched before her. The world was alive with color, flowers blooming, birds singing, and rivers dancing with life. Her first task was to find a young man named Oliver, who had lost all hope and stopped believing in himself. Seraphina, disguised as a traveler, found Oliver sitting alone by a peaceful lake, his head resting in his hands. "Why do you sit here alone?" she asked, her voice soft and comforting. Oliver looked up and saw her bright smile, but he sighed heavily. "I've failed too many times," he said, "and I no longer know how to move forward." Seraphina gently touched his shoulder and smiled. "Failure is just the beginning of success. Let me show you." She invited Oliver to travel with her, promising him a journey that would change his life. Together, they walked through forests filled with towering trees that whispered ancient wisdom. They climbed mountains where the air was crisp and fresh, and the world seemed endless. Seraphina showed Oliver how to find beauty in the smallest details, like the way the wind danced through the leaves. At night, they camped under the stars, with the heavens glittering above them like 1,000 diamonds. "Each star," Seraphina said, "is a reminder that there is always light, even in the darkest times." Oliver smiled for the first time in months, feeling a warmth in his heart. Their journey took them to a small village, where they met a group of travelers preparing for a grand expedition. The travelers were heading to a distant land known for its incredible beauty and hidden treasures. Seraphina suggested they join the group, knowing this adventure would help Oliver regain his strength. As they traveled together, Oliver learned to appreciate every moment: the sunsets, the laughter, and the stories shared around the campfire. Along the way, they faced challenges that tested their courage, like crossing dangerous rivers and climbing steep cliffs. Seraphina always remained calm and confident, encouraging Oliver to trust himself. "Believe in your wings," she would say, "even if you cannot see them." With every step, Oliver's spirit grew stronger, and he began to feel the joy of being alive again. One evening, as they stood on the edge of a cliff overlooking a vast valley, Seraphina asked Oliver, "What do you see?" He gazed at the beautiful landscape and said, "I see endless possibilities." Seraphina smiled, knowing that he was beginning to understand. They continued their journey, visiting magnificent waterfalls that sparkled like liquid diamonds. They swam in crystal-clear lakes and hiked through fields of wildflowers that stretched as far as the eye could see. With each new experience, Oliver's confidence grew, and he felt a deep connection to the world around him. One day, they reached the base of a mountain known for its legendary peak. The locals called it the Summit of Hope, and many believed it held magical powers. "This is where your true test lies," Seraphina said, her eyes twinkling with excitement. Oliver felt a surge of determination, ready to face whatever challenges awaited him. Together, they began the climb, the path steep and rocky, but Oliver's heart was light. As they neared the summit, a fierce storm rolled in, with winds howling and rain pouring down. Seraphina's wings shielded Oliver from the worst of the storm, but the climb was still difficult. "Keep going," she urged him. "The storm will pass, and the view will be worth it." Oliver pushed forward, his muscles aching but his spirit unbroken. Finally, they reached the top, and the storm cleared as if by magic. The view from the summit was breathtaking, an endless expanse of land, sky and light. "This is what you fought for," Seraphina said, her voice filled with pride. Oliver stood tall, his heart swelling with a sense of accomplishment and purpose. "Thank you," he said softly, "for showing me that I am stronger than I ever knew." Seraphina smiled, knowing her mission was complete, but her journey was not over yet. As they descended the mountain, they encountered travelers from all over the world. Each one had their own story, their own journey, and Seraphina listened to them all. She helped those in need, offering words of encouragement and hope to everyone she met. Oliver became her faithful companion, spreading the lessons he had learned along the way. Together, they became a beacon of light for those lost in the darkness. Their travels took them to faraway cities, where they marveled at towering cathedrals and bustling marketplaces. They visited ancient ruins, where the stones whispered stories of the past. Every new place was a treasure, every moment a gift. Seraphina knew that the world was vast and full of wonders, but her true gift was in helping others see that too. Oliver began to understand that life was not about avoiding failure but embracing it as part of the journey. "Every fall teaches you how to rise," Seraphina reminded him, her voice as gentle as the wind. One day, they came across a young woman who was struggling to find her way in life. She had lost her job, her home, and her sense of purpose. Seraphina spoke to her with the same kindness she had shown Oliver. "Your wings are hidden now," she said, "but they are still there, waiting to take flight." The young woman smiled through her tears, feeling a spark of hope reignite in her heart. As Seraphina and Oliver continued their journey, they left behind a trail of hope and light. People from all walks of life began to follow them, inspired by their message of courage and resilience. Seraphina's presence brought peace to those who were troubled and strength to those who were weak. She knew that her mission was far from over, but she had already made a difference in so many lives. Every day was a new adventure, a new opportunity to spread love and light. Seraphina's wings carried her across oceans and deserts, over mountains and valleys. She visited bustling cities and quiet villages, always leaving behind a sense of peace. Oliver, now a strong and confident man, helped her every step of the way. Together, they showed the world that hope is never lost, no matter how dark the path may seem. One evening, as they watched the sun set over a golden sea, Seraphina turned to Oliver. "You are ready," she said, her voice filled with pride. Oliver smiled, feeling a deep sense of peace and fulfillment. "Thank you for everything," he said. "I will continue to spread the light." Seraphina's heart swelled with joy, knowing that Oliver would carry her message forward. Their journey had transformed them both, and they knew that the road ahead was full of endless possibilities. Seraphina spread her wings wide, ready to continue her journey to help others in need. She knew that as long as there was darkness, there would always be a need for light. With a final smile to Oliver, she took to the skies, her wings gleaming in the twilight. Oliver watched her go, feeling a deep sense of gratitude and hope. He knew that wherever he went, Seraphina's light would guide him. As the stars began to twinkle in the sky, Oliver whispered a quiet prayer of thanks. His journey was just beginning, but he was no longer afraid. With every step he took, he carried Seraphina's wisdom in his heart. The world was vast, and he was ready to explore every corner of it. Seraphina, soaring through the heavens, smiled as she watched over him from above. Her work was far from over, but she knew that she had made a difference. She would continue to guide those who needed her, just as she had guided Oliver. With every beat of her wings, Seraphina felt the joy of knowing that her light would never fade. She flew through the stars, her heart filled with love and purpose. The journey ahead was long, but it was one she would never tire of. For as long as there was hope to give, Seraphina would be there. And so, the angel's journey continued, spreading light, love, and hope wherever she went. The world was full of beauty and wonder, and Seraphina knew that every soul deserved to see it. Her mission was eternal, her heart boundless, and her wings always ready to fly. And as she soared through the heavens, the world below her shone a little brighter.